suffocated by all different types of algae. It will definitely help your coral frag plugs that they are not the easiest coral. So if you have green star polyps or even coral at home or even just simply live rock that you cannot get rid of this algae, I'm going to show you a little trick that definitely works. Help to burn this algae up. And thankfully will not burn your corals up. Even with frequent water changes, or if you've added other different types of filter pads that help kind of balance the phosphates out, and you still have problems with your algae from time to time, this will definitely help you kind of maintain the algae spread and maintain the cleanliness of your coral frag plugs as they need to thrive and not get suffocated by all different types of algae and different things growing on it. You want your coral frags to come out, you want them to shine bright and show off your corals without any interruption. Even the little zoa polyps can use this. Now, of course, there's certain algae and certain things about a saltwater tank that you cannot avoid, but if you've seen my other videos on green star polyp care and problems, it's an awesome playlist. There's several videos on there that even me, having this coral frag for a while now, has definitely opened my eyes to the fact that they are not the easiest coral. I mean, they do grow, they are great, but they do sometimes encounter small problems like this that hinder them from opening up, displaying their beauty, and simple tricks that you can use and avoid to help make your coral frag shine. Now, the materials that you'll need in this video are very simple. You'll just need a glass and any brand of hydrogen peroxide. 3%, of course. Now, just to make sure you have enough hydrogen peroxide, I would use a brand new bottle. But in this video, this is about half empty. I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of what I have, as long as you have enough to where it fills up the glass or container that you're using deep enough to completely submerge your coral frag or green star polyp completely, entirely in the solution. Now it's time to get in there and get your corals out. So you're going to want to fish out your little coral frags. Come here, come here, come on, come here. Oh. As carefully and tactfully as possible. That was a green star polyp. Okay, that's one down, one to go. Next for the little zoa polyps. Work with me, come here, boy. Awesome. And 2 of 2, we got it. And I must add that hermit crabs and some inverts do a great job at removing and picking out the algae, but sometimes if you have them on a rack that they're not kind of able to access and you want to keep it closer to the light and the crabs aren't do the job, this is going to help a whole bunch. So we are actually going to soak our frags directly in this hydrogen peroxide for no more than 2 minutes at the very, very most. And we will go ahead and time that right here. Whoa! That's my dog. Okay, so it just turned 5:54, so we will have until 5:56. You can go ahead and take your frag and directly submerge it in the peroxide. And you will notice that this will actually take over the algae and it will begin to eat it away. It's actually satisfying to watch too. And start to disintegrate this yuckiness that's starting to take over your coral. And it's very imperative that you do not go over the 2-minute time frame of soaking your coral in the peroxide, so make sure to have a timer on hand. There's our time, 5:56. So let's go ahead and take this out. Now be patient and bear in mind, it doesn't look like much yet. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. And you'll also want a cup of some salt water, of course good salt water from your tank, or fresh salt water that you use to add to your fish tank. Alright, and this little one's done too. Now, if you don't have any more frags or anything else to soak, you can go ahead and dump that. You can go ahead and dip them in the salt water to get some of that extra peroxide off. You want to go ahead and very lightly just dip a little brush extremely lightly. Go over and remove some of that excess algae that was on the frag before. Not to be too abrasive to the coral whatsoever, just barely go over it, barely touch it, and it'll help remove any of that excess algae that's invasive to the frag. And there you go. Now you want to take your corals or whatever else that you had treated with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and gently put them back and place them back where they were in the tank. Dope. And before you know it, your coral frag plugs will look nice and white, and all that algae will die off within the next 24 to 48 hours. So hoping this little video helped in assisting to you dipping your coral frags in hydrogen peroxide to help combat the algae that could be taking them over. And as always, like this video, subscribe to this channel, A1A Adventures. Hours later, they look a lot better. And one polyp's already starting to come out. The last time I did this, it took up to a week for it to start blooming again. Cheers to peroxide. You are a blessing and a success.